If waking up 2 or 3 times a night to rush to the bathroom has become part of your routine, or if that slow, hesitant stream is starting to feel like the new normal, I want you to know something important. It doesn't have to stay that way. Even at 70 or 80, your prostate can function far better than it does today. And one of the simplest ways to support that change starts with something you already do every morning, drinking coffee. With a few strategic additions to your cup, many men see real changes in their urinary comfort, flow, and confidence within just a few weeks. I'm Dr. Katherine Rotker, a board-certified urologist, and for more than a decade, I've helped men take back control over their prostate health and their quality of life. I know how frustrating and embarrassing those bathroom trips can feel, and I also know that most men don't want another pill on their nightstand. The good news is you don't always need one. Some of the most powerful prostate-supporting nutrients are not locked away in expensive prescriptions. They're available as natural powders you can stir into the coffee you already drink every day. My goal today is to show you exactly which ones make the biggest difference, how much to use, and why they work. Your coffee is already part of your daily rhythm, so it's the perfect vehicle to deliver powerful plant compounds straight into your system without adding extra steps. And when taken in the morning, these nutrients can support your body all day long, working quietly in the background while you go about your life. They address what I call the prostate triad, 3 major factors that shape how your prostate behaves: inflammation, hormone balance, and blood flow. When inflammation calms down, the tissue stops pressing so hard on your bladder. When hormones are balanced, the prostate stops growing beyond what's necessary. And when blood flow improves, nutrients and oxygen reach the tissue more effectively, supporting repair and healthy function. This is why a simple change to your morning coffee can become one of the most powerful natural steps you ever take for your prostate. You don't have to overhaul your diet or learn a complicated routine. You just need the right ingredients in your cup, and that's exactly what we're about to talk about. First up, pumpkin seed powder, or its concentrated peel extract, is one of the most valuable additions you can stir into your coffee if your goal is to calm an enlarged prostate and restore healthy urinary flow. It's rich in zinc, phytosterols, and unique fatty acids that your prostate tissue thrives on. Zinc is especially important because your prostate contains more zinc than almost any other organ in your body, and when levels drop, its function can decline. By restoring that supply, you give your prostate the raw materials it needs to maintain healthy size and structure. Phytosterols, plant-based compounds found in pumpkin seeds, support the balance of a hormone called DHT, which plays a major role in prostate growth. When DHT levels remain in check, the prostate is less likely to swell and press on the bladder, which means less urgency and more control. The healthy fats in pumpkin seed powder help soothe chronic inflammation, one of the most common drivers of urinary problems in men over 50. What makes this ingredient so effective is how it works on several fronts at once. Many men I see notice that their flow improves because the tissue becomes less irritated and blood circulation in the pelvic area increases. Better circulation not only helps with urinary comfort, but also supports erectile function by improving oxygen and nutrient delivery to the surrounding tissues. That's why adding pumpkin seed powder to your coffee each morning can help you sleep through the night without those frustrating bathroom trips and feel more energetic and vital during the day. For most men, 1 to 2 teaspoons of pumpkin seed powder mixed into coffee each morning is a simple and effective starting point. If you prefer a concentrated peel extract, look for products that provide about 250 to 500 milligrams per serving. Choose powders that are cold processed and minimally heated to preserve their active compounds. A fresh, nutty aroma is a good sign of quality, while a bitter or rancid smell means the product has started to degrade. Store it in an airtight container to protect its potency. A large review of clinical studies, known as a meta-analysis, concluded that men using pumpkin seed extract experienced a dramatic 40% reduction in their prostate symptom scores. This means they reported major improvements in urine flow strength, a feeling of complete emptying, and most importantly, a significant drop in those exhausting nightly trips to the bathroom. These meaningful changes typically begin within 3 to 4 weeks, with fuller benefits appearing around the 6-week mark. Next up, pomegranate powder. This bright red powder is rich in polyphenol, especially a compound called punicalagin, which has remarkable antioxidant properties. Antioxidants help neutralize oxidative stress, a kind of internal wear and tear that contributes to inflammation and tissue irritation around the prostate. When oxidative stress is high, prostate tissue becomes more inflamed and swollen, which increases pressure on the bladder and leads to frequent, urgent trips to the bathroom. By calming this process, pomegranate powder helps the prostate settle down, which can mean fewer nighttime interruptions and a steadier, more comfortable flow during the day. Another reason I often recommend pomegranate powder to my patients is its strong support for blood vessels. The same polyphenol that protect your prostate also improve the health of the endothelium, the delicate inner lining of your blood vessels. A healthy endothelium produces more nitric oxide, a signaling molecule that helps blood vessels relax and widen. Better circulation through the pelvic region not only supports prostate health, but also enhances erectile function and sensitivity. I've had patients tell me that after 2 weeks of adding pomegranate powder to their routine, they not only slept through the night without waking up to urinate, but also felt more confident and capable in intimate moments. That's the kind of change that goes beyond comfort. It restores quality of life. Pomegranate also plays a subtle but important role in balancing hormones. It can support a healthier relationship between estrogen and androgens like testosterone, which matters more than most people realize. When this balance is off, the prostate can become overstimulated and grow larger than necessary. By helping to fine-tune hormonal signals, pomegranate powder creates an environment where the prostate can maintain a healthier size. It also helps quiet inflammatory pathways that fuel ongoing swelling. The result is a more relaxed gland, less bladder pressure, and a stronger sense of control. To add it to your morning coffee, start with about half a teaspoon and increase to 1 teaspoon if you tolerate it well. On days when symptoms feel more noticeable, you can also add another small dose with a meal to keep its support steady. It mixes best if you dissolve it first in a splash of warm water before stirring it into your coffee. Always choose a powder with a deep ruby color, which signals that the polyphenol are intact. Look for options that list standardized polyphenol content and avoid anything with added sugars, which can work against the very blood sugar and inflammation balance we're trying to achieve. Now let us talk about our third ingredient, red beetroot powder, which acts as a powerful circulation engineer for your pelvic region. You might have heard of athletes using beetroot for stamina, but its benefits are profoundly important for prostate health. The deep red color signals its high concentration of natural dietary nitrates. Your body converts these nitrates into a crucial molecule called nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is a signaling molecule that tells blood vessels to relax and widen, which improves circulation through the smallest blood vessels in the pelvic area. Better circulation means your prostate and bladder neck receive more oxygen and nutrients, which helps reduce swelling and improve urinary flow. Many men notice that with consistent use, it becomes easier to start and maintain a steady stream, and that constant feeling of pressure begins to fade. Enhanced blood flow also supports erectile function, making it easier to regain the vitality and responsiveness that many men think they've lost for good. I often explain to my patients that poor circulation is one of the most overlooked contributors to urinary discomfort. When blood flow to the pelvic region slows down, tissues become less efficient at repair and more prone to inflammation. Beetroot helps reverse that. By improving microcirculation, it creates an environment where the prostate can calm down and function more normally. It's not a quick fix, but over several weeks, many men notice they can sleep through the night without those frustrating bathroom trips. They also feel more in control during the day, with fewer sudden urges and less interruption to daily activities. Beetroot powder offers another advantage that my patients appreciate: improved stamina and steady energy. Better oxygen delivery from nitric oxide doesn't just help the prostate. It supports your heart, muscles, and brain, which means more energy to stay active and do the things you enjoy. To use it, I recommend starting with half a teaspoon of a high-quality red beetroot powder. It has a distinct, earthy taste that some men enjoy on its own. If you find the flavor too strong, I have a great tip. Blend it together with the pomegranate powder we discussed. The fruity notes of the pomegranate beautifully complement the earthiness of the beetroot, creating a pleasant berry mocha flavor profile that masks the stronger taste entirely. When you are selecting a beetroot powder, look for a product that has a vivid magenta or deep pink color. This vibrant hue is a good indicator of high nitrate content and proper processing. The powder should have a fine texture and contain no unnecessary fillers or sweeteners. To protect these valuable nitrates and maintain the powder's potency, store your beetroot powder in a cool, dry place away from direct sunlight, just as you would with your other supplements. This ensures every scoop you take is as effective as possible. Our fourth ingredient might surprise you, as it addresses a hidden factor in prostate discomfort that many men overlook. This ingredient is L-theanine, a naturally occurring amino acid found in green tea. Its role in our prostate health coffee is unique and deeply beneficial. L-theanine expertly smooths out the sharp edges of caffeine. It promotes a state of calm, focused alertness without any drowsiness, effectively eliminating the coffee jitters that can make you feel wired and tense. This relaxation response is crucial because mental stress directly translates into physical tension, including within the muscles of your pelvic floor. When these muscles are tight and anxious, they can aggravate feelings of urinary urgency and disrupt your bladder's signals. One of the ways L-theanine works is by increasing alpha brain waves. These are the same waves your brain produces during calm, focus states. That shift helps activate the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest side of your body's control center. When this system is active, the muscles in your pelvic floor can relax more fully, which helps reduce pressure around the bladder and prostate. I often see this make a real difference for men who feel like they're constantly on edge or who notice that their urinary symptoms flare up during stressful days. Reducing that underlying tension creates conditions where your urinary flow becomes steadier and nighttime trips to the bathroom start to decrease. L-theanine's effects extend beyond the pelvic region too. Chronic stress can throw off hormone balance and fuel inflammation, both of which can contribute to prostate enlargement. By calming the body's stress response, this compound helps restore a healthier internal environment. Many of my patients notice that they sleep more deeply, feel more centered throughout the day, and have fewer episodes of urgency once they start using it regularly. They also tell me they feel more present and confident, which naturally supports libido and sexual function. To integrate L-theanine into your routine, a dose between 100 and 200 milligrams taken with your first cup of coffee in the morning is ideal. You can find it in a pure powder form that stirs directly into your drink, though it has a mild, slightly savory taste that some prefer to take in a simple capsule alongside their coffee. This ingredient is particularly valuable for men who often feel that uncomfortable combination of being both tired and overstimulated, or for those who have noticed a direct link between their coffee consumption and an immediate pressing need to urinate. By calming the system without sedation, L-theanine ensures your morning ritual supports your well-being instead of adding to your stress. Our final ingredient, ginger, brings a powerful 1-2 punch to support your prostate health. This warming root has been used for centuries to improve circulation and calm inflammation, two issues that often drive urinary discomfort and prostate swelling in men. The key compounds in ginger, known as gingerols and showgales, help relax blood vessels and improve blood flow throughout the pelvic region. Better circulation means your prostate and bladder tissues receive more oxygen and nutrients, which supports healing and function. At the same time, ginger works at the cellular level to reduce inflammatory signals that can irritate the prostate and cause swelling. I often recommend ginger to men who feel like their prostate symptoms are stuck in a frustrating cycle. That's because inflammation and poor circulation often feed into each other, and ginger breaks that loop. Over several weeks, consistent use can lead to noticeable improvements in how easily you start urinating and how completely your bladder empties. Many of my patients also report that they feel warmer, more energized, and more vital, which can naturally support sexual function and stamina. Using ginger in your coffee is simple. Start with about 1/4 teaspoon of ground ginger stirred directly into your cup, or slice a thin coin of fresh ginger, and let it steep for a few minutes before drinking. You can adjust the amount based on taste and how your body responds. Pairing it with pomegranate or beet powder adds a subtle, warming depth to the flavor that many people enjoy, and even a small dash of cinnamon can enhance the overall taste while keeping the habit easy to stick with. It is important to approach ginger with a little caution due to its natural blood-thinning properties. For most people, this is a mild and beneficial effect, but if you are on prescription anticoagulant medication, it is always wise to discuss adding significant amounts of ginger to your daily routine with your doctor. If you have a sensitive stomach, taking your ginger-infused coffee with a small snack like a few bites of toast or a handful of nuts can help prevent any irritation and make it very comfortable to enjoy. Now that we have our powerful ingredients, let's talk about how to make this work seamlessly in your daily life. The goal is to make it so simple and natural that it becomes second nature, something you do without thinking every morning. The easiest starting point is what I call the core cup. It takes less than a minute and sets a strong foundation for prostate support. Stir 1 teaspoon of pumpkin seed powder and 1/2 teaspoon of pomegranate powder into your coffee. Then add 100 to 200 milligrams of L-theanine. This combination supports prostate tissue directly, reduces inflammation, and balances the stimulating effects of caffeine, so your bladder and pelvic floor stay calm. There are days when your body needs a little extra help. Travel, long meetings, or stressful events can often trigger urgency or increase nighttime trips to the bathroom. On those days, adding 1/2 to 1 teaspoon of red beetroot powder turns your coffee into a flow day booster. The nitrates in beetroot open up blood vessels and improve circulation to the pelvic area, giving you better control and a stronger stream. This on-demand option is especially useful when you anticipate a challenging day and want added support for your bladder and prostate. You can also elevate the experience with what I like to call the power pour. On weekends or days when you have a bit more time, blend your coffee with 1 to 2 teaspoons of pumpkin seed powder, 1 teaspoon of pomegranate powder, 1/2 teaspoon of beetroot powder, and 1/4 teaspoon of ginger. Blending for about 20 seconds creates a smooth, rich drink that supports every angle of prostate health, from hormone balance to circulation and inflammation control. This version isn't just about potency. It's about creating a comforting ritual that your body looks forward to. Pairing these ingredients also enhances their effects over time, giving you deeper and longer-lasting results. Texture and taste matter, because they influence whether you'll stick with this routine long-term. If powders clump, try pre-mixing them with a splash of warm water before adding them to your coffee. A small milk frother can create a smooth, cafe-style drink in seconds. And if you prefer a hint of sweetness, natural options like monk fruit or stevia work well without affecting blood sugar. Building consistency is key, which is why I often suggest a phased approach over the first month. In the first week, focus only on the basics: 1 teaspoon of pumpkin seed powder and 100 to 200 milligrams of L-theanine daily. Pay attention to how often you wake at night and how easily you start urinating. Most men notice calmer energy and fewer jitters from caffeine within days. In the second week, add half to 1 teaspoon of pomegranate powder to introduce antioxidant and circulation support. By the third week, bring in half a teaspoon of beetroot powder 5 days a week to boost pelvic blood flow. In the fourth week, start including a quarter teaspoon of ginger 3 to 5 times a week to round out the anti-inflammatory benefits and support steady circulation. After the first month, you can personalize the plan based on how your body feels, rotating beetroot, pomegranate, or ginger according to your symptom patterns while keeping pumpkin seed powder and L-theanine as your daily foundation. You can expect to feel different benefits at various stages of this process. Within the first week, the most common feedback I receive is a much calmer energy from the coffee, free of jitters, and sometimes an early hint of a stronger stream. In weeks 2 and 3, you will likely notice more tangible changes. You may find it easier to start urinating, experience less sudden urgency, and see the first promising reduction in how often you wake up at night. By weeks 4 to 6, these improvements typically become more consistent. Your flow should feel steadier, with less stopping and starting, and the improved sleep from fewer interruptions will really begin to make a difference in your daily energy. The most significant and stable benefits, the full compounded effect of reduced irritation and easier days and nights, usually establish themselves after 2 to 3 months of consistent use. Results vary based on hydration, stress, weight, medications, and how consistently you follow the plan. But nearly every man I work with who commits to this approach notices meaningful improvements. It's not a quick fix, but it is a sustainable and natural way to support your prostate, improve urinary function, restore vitality, and feel more like yourself again, all starting with your morning cup of coffee.